Your heart is a liability. It is a traitor living inside your chest. They told you to follow it. They told you that passion is the engine of greatness. They lied. Look at the wreckage of your own life. Every bad decision, every text you shouldn't have sent, every opportunity you let slip through your fingers because you were afraid or anxious or too excited. What was the common denominator? Emotion. You felt, and because you felt, you lost. The world belongs to the cold. It belongs to the surgical. It belongs to the men and women who can look at a disaster and feel absolutely nothing but the urge to calculate the next move. Niccolo Machiavelli, the man who wrote the operating manual for power, did not write about passion. He wrote about virtù, strategic prowess, and he understood a truth that civilized society tries to drug you out of knowing. The person who cares the least controls the most. If you can learn to sever the connection between your reality and your emotional response, you become a ghost. You cannot be hurt. You cannot be manipulated. You cannot be predicted. You enter a state of existence I call the zero state. Most people live their lives at a fever pitch. Up, down, happy, sad, manic, depressed. They are leaves in a hurricane. I am going to teach you how to become the eye of the storm. But this is not for the weak. We are not here to manage your anxiety. We are here to amputate the part of you that bleeds. If you are ready to stop feeling and start conquering, listen. You must understand what you are fighting. You are fighting your own biology. Evolution did not design you to be happy, and it certainly didn't design you to be a CEO, a leader, or a conqueror. It designed you to survive in a tribe of 50 people on the savannah. Your emotions, fear, shame, desire for approval are outdated software. Fear was meant to stop you from being eaten by a lion. Now, fear stops you from starting the business. Fear stops you from walking away from a toxic partner. The software is glitching. It is firing alarm bells in a safe room. When you feel a strong emotion, your prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain responsible for logic, strategy, and long-term planning, shuts down. Literally. You become stupid. You become an animal reacting to a stimulus. Machiavelli knew this centuries before neuroscience confirmed it. He saw that a prince who ruled by emotion was a prince who would soon be dead. He wrote, "Men are so simple and so ready to obey present necessities that he who deceives will always find those who allow themselves to be deceived." Translated, he is saying that emotional people are simple. They react to present necessities, pain, hunger, lust, fear, and because they react, they are easy to trick. If I can make you angry, I own you. If I can make you crave my validation, I own you. If I can make you feel guilty, I own you. The first step to winning everything is to reclaim ownership of your own neural pathways. You must look at your emotions not as truth, but as noise. Imagine you were a pilot flying a plane through a storm. Your instruments are going haywire. Alarms are screaming, "Pull up, danger." The amateur pilot panics. He follows the alarms. He crashes. The master pilot ignores the noise. He looks at the horizon. He trusts the coordinates. He feels nothing. He lands the plane. You are the pilot. Your emotions are the broken instruments. Stop listening to them. This is where we leave the realm of self-help and enter the realm of power. You need to kill hope. I know that sounds wrong. You've been told hope is beautiful. Hope is the thing with feathers. No, hope is a beggar. Hope is the strategy of the powerless. The person who hopes is waiting for the world to give them something. They are waiting for luck. They are waiting for mercy. They are waiting for the right time. Machiavelli despised hope. He believed in fortuna, luck, yes, but he believed that fortuna was a woman who had to be dominated by force, not waited upon with flowers. When you hope, you abdicate control. You say, "I hope this works out." The Machiavellian says, "I will engineer this so it cannot fail." Do you see the difference? One is passive, one is aggressive. Think of the last time you were in a bad situation, maybe financial ruin, maybe a breakup. You spent nights hoping it would get better. You prayed, you visualized, and what happened? Nothing. The situation only changed when you got cold, when you looked at the ledger, saw the red ink, and made the brutal cut. When you looked at the relationship, saw the rot, and walked out the door. Action cures fear. Hope prolongs it. You must replace hope with calculation. Feel nothing about the future. Do not fantasize about the victory. Do not dread the defeat. Simply look at the board. Move the pawn. If you lose a piece, do not cry. Do not hope for a miracle. Look at the remaining pieces. Move again. This is the zero state. It is a vacuum of expectation. When you expect nothing, you are ready for everything. Machiavelli wrote, "A prudent man should always follow in the footsteps of great men and imitate those who have been most outstanding, so that if his own virtue does not reach that height, at least it will have some tinge of it." Great men do not hope, they execute. Start today. Catch yourself saying, "I hope." Stop. Rephrase it. "I intend. I will. I am doing." Kill the beggar inside you. We are going deeper. This is the part that will make you uncomfortable. Good. Comfort is the enemy of growth. If you want to win, you must excise pity from your heart. Pity is often disguised as empathy, but they are not the same. Empathy is understanding what someone feels. Pity is suffering because they are suffering. And often, pity is just arrogance. You look down on someone and feel bad for them. But in the game of power, pity is a fatal leak in the hull of your ship. Machiavelli was brutal on this topic. He analyzed Cesare Borgia, a man who brought order to a lawless region by being absolutely ruthless. He executed criminals publicly. He terrified the population. And the result? Peace, stability, prosperity. Machiavelli argued that cruelty, well used, is actually a form of compassion. By being hard, you prevent the chaos that hurts everyone. How does this apply to you? You have people in your life right now who are drowning, and you are trying to save them. You are lending them money you don't have. You are listening to the same drama for the 100th time. You are slowing down your own ascent to carry them. Why? Because you feel pity. You feel guilty for winning while they are losing. Stop. You cannot save everyone. And by trying to save the weak, you often drag yourself down to their level. This sounds savage. It is. But look at nature. Does the lion stop to pity the gazelle that is limping? No. The ecosystem depends on the strong being strong. If you are a leader, a parent, or a creator, you owe the world your strength, not your shared weakness. When you feel pity rising, ask yourself, is this emotion helping them solve the problem, or is it just making me feel good about being a savior? Usually, it's the latter. Machiavelli advised that it is safer to be feared than loved. Why? Because love is held by a chain of obligation, which men, being selfish, is broken whenever it serves their purpose. But fear is maintained by a dread of punishment, which never fails. I am not telling you to terrorize your family. I am telling you to stop letting your bleeding heart make your decisions. If an employee is toxic, fire them. Do not pity their mortgage. That is their responsibility. If a partner is abusive, leave. Do not pity their trauma. Feel nothing for the excuse. Look only at the result. This is the clarity of the surgeon. The surgeon cuts the flesh to save the body. He does not pry over the blood. He does not hesitate because the patient is in pain. He focuses on the tumor. He removes it. Be the surgeon of your own life. There is a paradox in desire. The more you want something, the more it runs away from you. You've seen this. The guy who's desperate for the girl never gets her. The salesman who needs the commission smells like fear, and the client walks away. Desire creates tension. Tension creates mistakes. To win everything, you must act as if you need nothing. This is weaponized apathy. It is the ability to look at a high-stakes situation, a $1 million deal, a confrontation, a crisis, and internally shrug. It matters, but it doesn't matter to me. When you detach from the outcome, you gain total control over the process. Think of the samurai. The samurai accepts death before the battle begins. He considers himself already dead.
If he is already dead, he has no fear. If he has no fear, his movements are perfect. He does not flinch. He strikes with total purity. You must apply the dead man strategy to your ambition. Walk into the negotiation willing to walk away, truly willing, not as a bluff, but because you are so solid in your own value that the loss of the deal means nothing to you. Machiavelli writes about the fox and the lion. The lion uses force, the fox uses traps. The emotional man is neither. He is the rabbit. He runs, he freezes. The apathetic man can be the fox. He can play the game because he isn't afraid of losing chips. Have you ever argued with someone who genuinely didn't care? It's infuriating. It's terrifying. You scream, you cry, you threaten, and they just look at you, calm, blinking. Are you done? They win. They win because your emotional storm crashed.